Hi everyone, it's Monica and welcome back to Taylor-Made Cards4u. Well, I'm always excited when I have a new kit to share with you. And today I'm going to be sharing with you my new set called the Typesetter. And this is a fantastic set if you like black and white images. And I've also got some beige tones in there as well. But it is the perfect color combination for those vintage projects. And today we're going to be creating this tag journal that I created using the set. And I'm going to walk you through my process. Now, to start out, you're just going to need a manila folder, just a plain old manila folder. And what you want to do is you want to cut it so you're going to have dimensions of folded 4.5 by 8. And then once you have that, then you're going to trim off about 2 inches from the top. So just kind of like a passport card. If you've seen my videos on my passport cards, but you want to basically have a layer from your back page to your second page. And then once you have that, then you're going to go ahead and create your top portion, which is your smallest tag. And this smallest tag measures just a little bit less than 6 inches. So if you wanted to go 6 inches, 5 inches. You want to measure about 5 inches by about 4 inches. And then you want to go ahead and score about 1/4 of an inch on the left-hand side. Now, when you go to layer your cards, you want to make sure that they are a little bit smaller than the one that it's on top of. So if you do need to do a little bit of trimming on your tags, that's fine too. And then once you have all of your tags cut out, then you want to go ahead and trim the corners so that way it does actually look like a tag. Now the other piece you're going to need is your closure piece, and these are smaller tags which measure about 2.25 by 3 inches, and these are just tags that I cut out with one of my Big's dies, and then I just trimmed it down. So this is going to be your closure, but the thing you want to remember is that when you add your closure, you want to make sure it sticks out far enough so the hole is past the back, the biggest tag. So this is something you're going to want to measure out and kind of be somewhat precise, because this is what's going to close your book. Now, one thing that I like to do before I actually start decorating my book is I like to cut out all of my paper. So you're going to need 6 pieces of paper, and keep in mind that they are different sizes. So when you go to resize your paper, keep that in mind. You know, your biggest tag is going to be 8 inches tall. So you want to make sure when you are sizing your paper that you do size it according to where you want to put it in your book. So just cut out all of your paper to begin with, so that way you have it handy and ready to go. Okay, so once you have all of your paper cut out, first thing you want to do is you want to work on your closure tags. And those are the small ones that are going to be sticking out on the edge. So you're going to cover both sides of them. And then once you have both of them covered, you're going to go ahead and figure out exactly where you want your closure to be on your tag. Now for my tag, I went ahead and did it on your small tag. It's about, about 1.5 inches from the bottom. And then once you have that tag glued down, you want to go ahead and kind of place it on the back, which is your last tag, and size it perfectly so it will match. Now, once you figure that out, you can either mark it with your pencil so you know exactly where it's going to go, or you can just eyeball it. I did use that extra, that red tape that you see here on the right-hand side, which is extra strong, and I just added some at the edge of my tag, and I laid it down to just go ahead and have it match perfectly. So once I had both tags in place, and I went ahead and I started to cover my tags. And as you can see here, I went ahead and I added some of my designer cardstock to the smallest tag first, and it covered over the tag that's going to be my closure. It covered it over perfectly. And then again, I just started adding pieces to my other tags. So really you just want to kind of figure out what you want your layers to look like, because remember, when you have your tag closed, you're going to be able to see the layer on the bottom or behind it. And so just kind of figure out exactly how you want your paper to look when you have your tag closed, and then you can just start adding your paper. Okay, so once you have everything covered, the last thing that I did was I added a pocket on the back page. And I don't think I showed you that in the video, but just kind of measure maybe 2.5 to 3 inches and then cover that piece of cardstock, and you can add it on the back page as a pocket. And then once I had all of my paper, I went ahead and I got out my walnut stain, and I went ahead and I added some distress ink all around the edges just to give it a more authentic vintage look. All right, so once you have all of the edges distressed with your walnut stain, you can go ahead and get out your hole puncher now to make our tags look like actual tags. And you're going to want to go ahead and punch holes in all 3 tags. And then I ended up also adding some little ringlets around the hole punch to make it look like an authentic tag. And that pretty much will complete your tag book. All you need to do at this point is decorate it. Now, one thing that I also did is I added some of my washi tape to the inside edges of the tags. And this was for a couple of reasons. Number one, it will help to secure it a little bit more, but also when you add your paper to your tags, sometimes you have some of that edge showing. So I went ahead and I just added some of that clear washi tape. This is the really old washi tape that Tim Holtz used to have, and I love it because it's tissue washi tape, so it's really thin. And I went ahead and I just added it to the inside of my tags, and I found some washi tape that kind of matched it, but kind of had that translucent look, and I went ahead and I added it to the inside of my tags. So that's another thing you can do when you get to this point if you want to add a little bit more interest, if you want to secure the inside just a little bit more, and just to start decorating it, don't forget about your washi tape. So I finished decorating my tag book off camera, and now I want to go ahead and give you a walkthrough. So I'm going to go ahead and go through each of my pages here, and I'm going to do it with some music in the background. But I want to remind you that this is a new kit out there, and it is called the Typesetter. So I will leave links to the kit in the description box below, and I hope that you've enjoyed my tutorial using my kit. If you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And as always, I appreciate you stopping by.